live in an era whereby we have to use technology. Even drone in this country, we don't use drone. If there is a flood, reported flood, you can be able to have a drone that can give you an information, adequate information to get your people, the rescue team, to be able to go there. They normally get there before they know what to do, which is too bad. That is not part of the preparedness. Preparedness in disaster management is for you to adequately get set for rescue. When you are going for rescue, you should be able to know what to carry, and you can send the drone to that area once they say there is for instance flood at Lokogoma. You send the drone to go and give you an information. Then you'll be able to know the kind of team that you are sending to Lokogoma to go and rescue people, the paramedics, and the kind of technology, whatever they will take to go and solve the problem and carry out rescue. But in our own case, we have to do manual. We have to drive in there, go there first, and then it is there we will now start making phone to say that this is the things we needed, and before you know it, people die. And people lost their own property. So we need technology. We have to use precision, exact precision, to be able to know the location and also to know where we are going. All our response agencies must be technologically enhanced. The vehicles must be equipped with navigational aids so that you can be able to move and also educate the public as the team is moving. They have right of way so that they can be able to go and save life.
All right. Now, but how do you envision the integration of environmental, social, and governance (ESG) factors into management practice in assessment?
It is very important, very, very important. If we want to really achieve certain goals, we have to involve that into, because environmental factors are key. We need to take note of that, and then we have to also make sure that in governance that we build such things into it to ensure that we get the right thing done in order to progress and our economy, to save our own economy from collapsing.
All right. Now, talking to government, this year, 2025, we are already in rainy season, so to speak. Yeah. What words from your experience and, of course, expertise, how do you advise government to go about the aspects of flood and the rest of them?
You see, we are taking this issue of flood very lightly. I'm sorry to say, with due respect to the government also, they should know that every year we know where our people die. We know where we are losing properties. We know where our economy is draining. We seem to wait for a year to come as an anniversary to celebrate that flood hazards, which is not supposed to be. We have identified that, one, every year we have problem with River Niger from the Lokoja axis. We also have problem from Lagbo Dam, which is affecting Adamawa, Taraba, and the other coastal states. We also have along River Niger, affecting some fishermen in Niger State down to Lokoja. So if we know this, and why can't we solve the problem? That is why I said every disaster comes with a warning. What have we been doing all this while that we knew this thing is a yearly occurrence? Lagbo Dam, Cameroon must release their water, whether we like it or not, and it's affecting our economy, it's affecting our people. Lokoja, because it's a discharge point, all the water coming from about 7 countries discharge at Lokoja. What are we doing? Are we really working on our own rivers? Do we work on them to make sure that they can be able to absorb the water? No. For 2 weeks, there were no trucks coming from Lokoja down to to Abuja in 2022, I think,
which
affected movement of goods. It affected the economy entirely.
Sure.
Our GDP went down because of that, except the government doesn't want to say it. But all the economy, I mean the businesses were failing because there were no petroleum, no diesel coming from that side.
From the south.
Good. So what did we do thereafter? Once the road opens, we continue with our business. We forgot about it. So it is going to happen another year, and we didn't do anything. So I am calling on government that once we identify a risk, we try as much as possible to make sure that we block it. Once we block it, we enhance the way it's supposed to be so that it will not reoccur. If we allow it to reoccur again, that is a negligence from the part of the government and from the part of the people.
Okay, in blocking it, what strategies would you know?
There are experts in all these things. Those, if you are talking about dams, there are good engineers manning those dams, and they live around the dam. So the dam in Alo Dam that exploded in Maiduguri, people were there. They know that the water has risen beyond the level that they can be able to control it. And they couldn't do anything. They allow it to happen. But before it happened, people that's supposed to not to allow people to build on the waterways had already allowed people building on the waterways. So when the dam exploded, it found its way. And that was why it affected so many people. So if everybody can do his or her own work, we will not be in that mess. So we just have to make sure that those people assigned to do their job have to do it the way it's supposed to be done. There are water engineers, qualified water engineers in Nigeria who are manning those dams, all the dams. And then there are those specialists monitoring the water level. And so that is why when it reaches certain level, they will tell you that there is nothing they can do, they have to release the water. So by releasing the water, where are you going to release the water? Those people that's supposed to allow access way to where the water could go had allowed people to block the waterway. So that is the reason why professionally you have to carry out an assessment. That is why we say there must be risk assessment. Before you get the risk assessment, if you carry out the risk assessment, you must maintain your risk register. You should be able to know who is contributing what risk. Do we have construction risk? Who are the construction firms that are causing such risk? What type of risk are they causing? Do they dump waste? Because most of them, after excavation, they do and dump waste somewhere to block water from getting to its own destination. Yes, or the excavation could be a cause of flooding also. So if you have that, we'll nip it to them, and they should be responsible for that. So once you have your risk register, you'll be able to identify what is the risk created by NTA. And then we attach it to NTA and say you are responsible for this risk, and you must be responsible for clearing it. So these are the things that we can do as a nation. If we take the ownership and give to each particular risk creator, and then we monitor and control, then we'll be able to have a very clean environment, and then we'll be able to have a very good economy. And by transferring the risk to the risk bearers, we are also maintaining our own budget. We will not have much deficit in our budget, and so we'll be able to implement our own projects without anything that can stop it.
Well spoken, Dr. Abbas Idris. And I want you, on the final note, to speak to Nigerians, because we have our own, take in this.
Well, I think seriously, Nigerians have a role to play, and the attitude of some Nigerians is really, really bad, especially those people living in the city. They ensure that they don't make sure that they keep their environment clean. They refuse to take ownership of their environment. They allow the climate change to take over, and also dumping refuse is also another issue that especially people coming from the satellite towns coming into Abuja, you see them with their nylon bag. When they come, they just throw it on the road. And so that is blocking the drains, and that is causing the flash flooding on the road. And the most killer flood is the flash flooding. It can just form itself within seconds, and then you'll be there, and it will form itself and consume you. So I'm appealing to Nigerians that we should also be responsible citizens and take responsibility and ensure that we do the right thing by ensuring that we don't cut trees. Where we cut one, let's plant two. And then where there are refuse, we shouldn't dump it. We should dump it where appropriate place where government can come and evacuate them.
Okay. Thank you very much for your insights on Lens on Africa as we discuss risk management in this part of the world. Dr. Idris Abbas.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Yes. Yeah, I have been speaking with Dr. Abbas Idris, President, Risk Managers Society of Nigeria, RIMSON. Now, let's take a step into the rich history and majesty of Africa's kingdoms and chiefdoms. Have a look at the fascinating stories, vibrant traditions, and enduring legacies of Africa's